got to be good. I can see my baby when I leave this world.
Hi, Melissa. I appreciate you asking me this very important question, and I'm going to try to help you the very best I can. And while I'm helping you, I'm going to try to help others too. Melissa sent me a text message, and it says, "Hello, my name is Melissa, and from Alabama, Texas, and I really enjoy watching you make quilts and sew a sewer and quilter and do a lot of machine embroidery. It's a lot of fun, but you know I have tons and tons of fabric and I just don't know what to do with it, so I need your help, and maybe you could help me. How do you come up with those quilts you make? I work in a nursing home. I have been doing something another work for 21 years, and I guess I can make them lap quilts, but that pushes you, you know. I have a bad back, and sometimes sitting and standing bothers me, but I really enjoy watching your videos, and God is good. Hope you can help me make some quilts." Alright, I'm going to try to explain to you how you can make quilts real quick and just be able just to throw them out there. So we'll be right back. Okay, when you go to quilting and all, your tools are your best friend. No matter if they are big or if they are small, no matter what size you have, your tools are your best friend. If you take a bunch of material, which I have a lot of it, I have a lot of scraps that I use, and if I take at least a half an hour to an hour, even right down to 15 minutes a day, and every time you make a quilt, if you take those scraps, like the one that I just got done with, and I put them in a bucket. Anything I do, I put them in a bucket. Then, when I'm done with that quilt, I will take the scraps, whatever's there, and I will level it up with the any tool that would work with it, and I would cut it right out, and I keep them all separate. If you look at my video where I was cleaning my room, how I had them all going through and just cutting all my scraps up. Put them in containers like this right here. This isn't nothing but small strips, little tiny things. That's like if I want to make a flower and I need a stem. Those are perfect for stems. Which, unfortunately, here, before I know it, I'm going to try to make one. But this right here is the best method. And you take, see, I have got enough of these now. They're little bitty 2.5-inch squares. This right here, by itself, would make a very pretty quilt. And if I wanted to, I could take another thing of my material, and I could take and just sew like a corner on each one and have it come up like this. It would give it a great look. And just come up with things in your mind and all. And it's like if you can go and look in a book, you can find beautiful quilts in there. And it's all like a puzzle. And you're just putting your puzzle pieces together. And they don't have to be big. If you make them like big enough just for a person to cover their legs with, they would appreciate it. I have gave real little quilts away. And people, they love them. They'll sit there and cover their legs up and watch TV. It doesn't matter. My grandmother she made quilts for years. And it's been going on in my family for years. And all of them has pretty well much done the same thing. Always save their scraps, always cut their scraps up, and then they would just sew them together or come up with, something that's not that hard to do and all. So let's go back to your question, and let's see if I have answered all of it for you. Ugh, I hate this. Come on. Gotta get back in there. How many times do I have to slide and do any of this? I hate these things. Okay, let's go back up. Alright. I have tons of fabric and just don't know what to do with it. So I need your help. So like I was saying, I'm going to interrupt again and all. So what I'm going to do is put these over here. Because we've done looked at them. Now, I have right here, these right here are 2-inch strips. Now you could take the 2-inch strips and put them with any of these right here, like if you cut out a bunch of these and put them on the sides of these, and strips are really good. These are 2 inches, or 2.5 inches, and 1-inch strips. These right here are 3 and above. So using strips also helps. So if you have a bunch of fabric and you don't know what to do with it, just start stripping them down either to 2-inch strips, 2.5-inch strips, 3-inch, 4-inch. It doesn't really matter what kind of strip that you use and all. And you can sew them all together and make what they call those jelly roll quilts, I think it is, where they had that thing going on that was some kind of a race, a jelly roll race, I think is what it was called. Those work pretty good too. And after you're done with the quilt, if you want to, you can add little tiny things to it, like put your little bit of lace on it. You'd be surprised how much that would work too. Hey, use the imagination. The imagination is really good when you get into quilting. Get you some of these right here. These tools are your best friend. I use all these. And I even trying to make my own. I want a double wedding band. And I was trying to make my own with this one. But this piece of plexiglass that you can get at, any of your hardware places or whatever you want to call them, like, I done went off my brain there. Whatever. Go to your place that you can get hardware, your plumbing and stuff like that, Home Depot, any place like that. And you can get just plexiglass. Get your little different squares that they have there. Some of them are free. This one right here was free. And I said, I'm going to give it a try. But I'm going to tell you, it does not work. You cannot make them right because the plastic does not line up. You cannot get an exact cut. I tried getting an exact cut, and it messed up here. But this square is still just right to cut me out something to make a quilt out of. Okay. Just like I said, 15 minutes to 45 minutes, and you can make some beautiful quilts. It doesn't matter. I even come out and I take things from my house and I make quilts. Like if I see something like, say for instance this, and I want this size, I'll use this to make it. It really don't matter. Here's a circle that I can use and all. And I just, like you could take this right here and you could take and put a circle right here and you can make you an easy drunker's path out of it. It's not hard. just if you want to, applique it right on the top of your thing, and then trim off the sides that you don't need. And if you go with a bigger square, you find my bigger one, like that one right here, and you put it right in the middle, make your circles and applique it on, and then cut your squares in half, and you will have 4 blocks here. Or you can grab the bigger one. You put the bigger one, there'll be smaller smaller circles, but you can find something to make a bigger circle, and you have bigger squares. So whatever fits your need, it will work. Okay, let's say your block is done. Your block is this size. If you cut your batting this size and your backing this size, then you have quilt as you go. And all you have to do is put your backing down, your batting down, and then your quilt top down, or your block. And all you have to do is fold this in on top to where it will hit just the corners up here. And I like the way I do it. And that's how I get my quilts done in no time, is the quilt as you go. The quilt as you go is a fast method of doing it. That is one of the things that I have learned, that the quilt as you go is very quick. And it's the quickest way to make a quilt and throw it out there. And that's what I want to do, because I love it. It's beauty. I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to get done. I can't wait to give it away, because it's like to me, I guess I would say it's like a high to me. It makes me feel good to be able to do something and then be able to give it away and make someone else feel good about it. Okay, so there we are with that little bit of tidbit. Let's look at this as one quilt as a week's project. The first day, you take and you cut out all your material that you need for the size that you want. The second day, you sew all those pieces together. The third day, you can cut out your batting and your backing. The fourth day, you can take and place them all together and sew them if you like, if you need to, do the free motion if that's what you want to do, or use your walking foot, however you want to do it. And then to take the fifth day and start sewing them all together to make a bigger quilt and all. That would be a one way that you could do it. And 9 chances out of 10 before this time next year, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But until then, we can just take our time and do it. It doesn't matter how much time you take. It's just that you get the job done and pass it on to make someone happy. So, okay, let's see if I can think of anything else that may help. And if I can help you do anything else, let me know, and I will try my best. And I really hope that this helped you out, because the people that is in retirement homes and that little bit of extra love that you give them, and makes their day. It can even make their year. It can make their month. Anything. Because what else do they have? They just have you. So I appreciate it that you asking the question, and I really, really hope that I helped you. And now I get to clean up my mess. I really hope it helped you. So, thank you very much.
Sorrow. lost in sin without a doubt.